Blog Talk Radio.
Warning. Warning.
Welcome to the 2-minute warning where sports fans sound off.
I'm trying to blow your mind. I'm talking literally blow your mind. I'm trying to blow your mind. I'm talking literally blow your mind.
Oh yeah! Welcome, fight fans, to Mayhem Mondays with the fearsome foursome of the 2-Minute Warning Pride Rules MMA podcast. As always, we're brought to you by 80K Fightwear, Black Hole Jiu-Jitsu, Madama Jiu-Jitsu, and the fine folks at 2-Minute Warning Sports. I am tonight's host, Tommy D, joined by Omar, Chris, and Carl. What's going on, guys?
What's up, Tommy? What up, Tommy?
Carl, are you there? Well, I think we lost Carl.
We'll survive.
Anyway, we got a pretty good show going on tonight. We have Masoud Ranjabar calling in from Thailand. He's a heavyweight fighter out of AKA Thailand with the killer coaching of Mike Quick Swift. And you know, we're going to talk. Let's talk some news. Chris, I'm sure you have a topic you want to go over before our caller calls in.
Obviously. Wait, do we have Carl back now?
Yeah, I was talking the whole time. Is this guy actually calling in from Thailand?
You actually weren't.
Yes.
But, okay.
Yes, I was. So what time is it in Thailand?
Is.
That's
5:30 in the morning.
Oh my goodness, that's dedication. I want to put out there how dedicated this guy is calling into us, because at that point, I don't know how many people are awake besides like the fucking realest people on earth, but still, I think this guy deserves some credit for calling us in at 5:30 in the morning. You know.
God bless him. Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah, we want to get his name out there. You know, maybe he could get signed in the States or get a big fight with Ryzen. You know, so
right.
Let's. So anyway, like we were saying, Chris, you got a topic you want to go over before our caller calls in?
Yes, I do actually. I'm sure everybody by now has seen the video of Paulie Malignaggi getting his juice card punched, literally and figuratively, by Conor, rattling his brain with all that concussion talk from Paulie. Man, everything seems so clear to me now. What's going on? And how the boxing world is all getting on Conor's case about doing the McGregor challenge, this and that, making fun of his training methods. But in like about 2-3 weeks from now, they're all going to be studying Conor's training methods, according to Conor. So I kind of agree with him.
But now, can I ask
everyone
you
makes fun of him, but it's only for now.
Can I ask you guys something seriously? Coming from Paulie Malignaggi's stance, would you not be pissed off, considering the fact that when have you ever seen video of a sparring session be put out over social media like this before? Because I remember
every single time I've watched like
didn't someone leak footage of Conor getting like or looking like shit boxing? So this has been done.
Yeah, and everybody had a problem with it. But everybody. No,
Malignaggi came out and said it. Malignaggi came out and said it ahead of time. I think because he knew he was getting his ass fucking tuned up, and he just wanted to kind of like get out in front of it a little bit. I'm not talking about what happened in the sparring session. You know, like, I just think that he had reason
first of all,
to hide.
He said, "I'm not going to talk about what happened in the sparring session," and then proceeded to talk about everything that supposedly happened in the sparring session. So he was just fucking. He would like.
He pulled the Kanye. I'm going to let you finish, but then he just went on. Why?
I mean, the reality of the situation was he said it was a push down. It wasn't. Clearly, we all saw that. So anything that he says from this point forward, now you take with a grain of salt because he was lying about that. Do you really believe anything he says?
Can you believe that I actually I'm getting into arguments with people who watch the video and that still say it's a push? Like, what are people watching? I don't understand that there's this level of idiocy out there that you could watch a video of something happen and not be able to recognize what you're viewing. Like, you have no credibility or accountability in terms of what you're saying about the fight game at that point anymore. Like, you lose it all by watching a video and then saying that was still a push. I don't even get it. I mean, not that it's even that big of a deal because Floyd's twice as fast as the dude. So whatever happened there, it is what it is. It has nothing to do with the fight. I just think that it's getting a little blown out of proportion because of what this guy did, his shitstorm that he created himself. So.
And Tommy, to answer your question originally about, when have you ever seen footage, blah, 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 this and that? Well, two things. One, when Paulie walked in there and he's seen all cameras taking pictures, what did he think was going to happen? They're trying to sell the biggest fight in history. They didn't release footage. I didn't hear Conor say a word about anything, right? It wasn't like Conor was out there talking about how he beat Paulie's ass until Paulie, he put it this way, he got his ass beat for 20 rounds, 8 and then 12, right? And he was looking for the fastest way out possible, and he took it. That was the best thing that happened to Paulie because then he didn't have to spar the last 2 sessions with Conor and get his fucking brains rattled again. I don't think that he really realized that Conor actually wanted to fuck him up. It wasn't even about sparring for him. And even Couture said it. He was like, Paulie probably went into this thinking like, all right, I'm going to go spar this dude. And Conor was treating it like, I'm going to teach this motherfucker a lesson for all the shit he's been popping.
Well,
and maybe there's where Conor's wrong.
Well, you just covered it because what I was going to ask is if you guys think that this was less of a sparring session and more of a chance for Conor to punch a guy in the face, and you pretty much just answered that. So do you think maybe that's kind of scumbaggish on Conor and his team for that because you have this guy coming to help you out? Well, he says he's coming to help you spar, and you do it to make the guy look bad.
I don't think Conor was all that cordial about it. He was like, fair play to him. You know what I mean? He got in there. I give him credit for that, but there was no pleasantries. Conor made it pretty clear, and so did Cortez, and so did Paulie actually saying we were getting into it. It was like a fight. So the only thing I'd say is all right, he's not been training. You know what I mean? I understand all that, and I get that, but
jet lag.
I don't think that really Paulie was going to go in there and really help Conor with much. What the fuck?
Right. It was a way to get at some dude who was basically analyzing the fight, pro boxer. It's like Brandon Schaub kind of caught Conor's back, and Malignaggi was kind of speaking from the boxing side of it, and they kind of got into it a little bit.
It goes way back.
That's what I'm saying. It goes.
It's so much longer ago. When they first started talking Floyd Conor, before it was ever signed, when it was just it might have been right after he beat Alvarez. Malignaggi was talking crazy shit, completely disrespecting any skill set whatsoever that Conor brought to the table, and didn't even probably know shit about him. And now he's trying to talk body shots.
Yeah, but you know what? That's really just a boxer sticking up for his sport, hoping that it doesn't get trashed completely in the process. Listen, if Conor comes in and fucking does anything to Floyd that these people, these pure boxer purists, don't fucking like or don't agree with, it's going to shit all over the sport. Come on.
Well, you know what, Carl, to piggyback off what you were just saying right there, how
he's
he's
the greatest of this era, and Conor's going to come in his first boxing match and fucking make it look stupid.
Yeah,
come on, Chris. It's going to be awful for boxing.
But just piggybacking off what you just said, how he's defending pro boxing. Like Omar and I talked about in the video, he's also defending his brand. You got to think this guy has a podcast through CBS Sports. He's an analyst, which I probably don't think he's going to be an analyst for this fight now because of everything that's going on. Because I think it would be
fucking fired anyway.
By the way, Tommy, you're absolutely right. You're 100% right. It's the brand. He's protecting boxing as a whole. Not even the sport, everything that has his life is boxing.
Well, no, just his brand himself. You know what I mean? Just his brand himself, because this.
I see what you're saying. So after the fact, okay, I see what you're saying. So you're coming.
This all kind of hurts him.
Session. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. It kind of ruins his credibility too. Come on, dude. You're gonna go in there and get fucking worked up by an MMA guy in a boxing match? Come on, you at least knock him down once, maybe. You don't get knocked down and look stupid like that. I mean, that fucking left hand. There was no lead jab or anything. He just fucking threw that left hand and fucking rocked his head back. What was Malignaggi doing standing in front of that thing? I don't even know.
Well,
man.
I mean, you're also talking.
I agree.
Because you're also, but you're talking about a guy who got pretty chinny towards the end of his career. And he hasn't done anything since March. Mayweather actually continues to train. Even when he was retired, he continued training.
Right. That's kind of what I mean. It's the more I look into it, I guess the less pro Conor, that punch was more or less like, anti-Malignaggi. Like, his defense was weak. He was slow. Yes, Conor has the power, so when it landed, it fucking rocked him. But that punch shouldn't even have landed, dude. There was no lead jab. There was nothing. It really shouldn't have landed. And Floyd wouldn't get hit with that punch. You're going to have to throw a jab first. Or, if like Chris said, he was hurt, and of course your reaction's slow or you don't see what you're seeing. I know what you're saying there, but...
And really, to be honest, it didn't prove, and this doesn't prove anything. Like, as much as Dana White and everybody's trying to make it seem like
nothing is
going to
prove anything until the 26th. When Conor
exactly.
Here's the thing. They didn't try to prove anything with the Floyd nonsense. They just wanted to shut Malignaggi up. That's all that proved. It proved the nonsense that he was spitting.
And,
it had
to
nothing
your
to do
point
with
about
Floyd.
the sport
boxing
being hurt, like, boxing isn't it's not a singular end. It's broad. Like, if Conor beats Floyd, do you think any less people are going to tune into the Canelo Triple G fight? Everybody's going to watch it anyway. People like to see people fight. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, boxing is not going anywhere, no matter what.
Here's where you're wrong. If Conor comes in with no boxing experience at all, no pro record, no amateur record, nothing.
He is coming in. It's not if he comes in. That's how he's coming in, and he's
coming in. Okay, he's coming in with nothing. Okay. Yes, it's mixed. He's a mixed martial arts champion, but it's a completely different sport. So if he comes in there and beats a guy that, the best in the world at one time were going up against Floyd. I'm not talking about his last few. I'm talking about in the beginning. The best in the world couldn't do it. How does a guy who's coming in with no experience end up beating arguably the greatest defensive boxer that ever lived? So it does hurt.
I don't know,
100%.
but it doesn't make me any less interested in seeing what happens between Canelo and Triple G.
I understand, Chris, but you're already an established fan. You know what it does? It makes that guy, instead of going to a boxing gym, it makes him go into a jiu-jitsu fucking gym instead.
That's already happened.
Anyway.
That happened a long time ago. That happened a long time ago. And you want to know why? Because most jiu-jitsu guys will fuck up most boxers, straight up. And if you want to fucking know the truth, that's the truth.
100%.
Like, if you're going to be
they'll
practical,
fall down and they'll get tied up in a second. That'll be it.
Not even.
I'm not stupid.
You don't get hit guaranteed. You know what I mean? You tie up, and then what's he going to do?
Well, I'm just saying, worst case scenario.
I just think that when Ray Mercer knocked out Tim Sylvia, it wasn't the end of the MMA. MMA
Fuck Tim Sylvia. I just want to get that out there. That the Pride News podcast.
Chris,
stands
the
firmly.
boxing's already fucked, though. They're already taking an L. If fucking anything bad happens with Floyd, it's going to be even worse.
I hate you don't see, like, soccer and football or, like, this versus that. Like, it's
Chris,
its own sport. Let it be its own sport.
There's two forms of fighting. I understand that, but one is gaining in popularity while the other's losing. How about this? Baseball is fucking dead and football's taking off. Like, one goes hand in hand, kind of. With
you go to, like, England, though, and fucking it's all boxing. It's like it's different where you...
Not necessarily right now. MMA's growing over there, too, Chris. Like, why are you so against this? I know you know what we're talking about.
I'm not so against it. I'm not saying MMA is the fastest growing sport in the world, but what I'm saying is that MMA and boxing are separate, and there's still going to be big boxing events. Like, if Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder
fight... I beg to differ staunchly. I think that it's getting fewer and far between, and I get it. Boxing is coming back soon. It's making a comeback, yes, but I don't know, man. This fight could fucking... be detrimental.
Boxing is on the upswing. This fight does nothing but help, no matter what happens, in my opinion.
How though?
Except when an MMA guy comes in and
the undercard is stacked. There's like 6 future stars in the undercard that are going to get some shine. Like there's more to be seen than just this fight. It's a spectacle, and if Conor does pull it off, that might hurt. It might help less than it would if Floyd wins. I agree with that, but it's not going to hurt the sport. Boxing is not going anywhere.
Bro, that's why I said back then, I'm like, Floyd is a lose-lose situation because he's supposed to win, and if he loses, it's fucking crazy. And I'm sorry, dude, like, I really am, like, in lockstep with a lot of shit you say. I just don't agree with you here on this.
You know what hurts boxing more than MMA, and actually hurts MMA too, is football and basketball, because the best athletes in America play those sports. And if they boxed and fought, it would be better. So I don't think
different skill set.
Well, yeah, but no, the best athletes over
Ryan Hall ain't playing no fucking basketball.
Yeah, but no, he's talking. No, but what he's meaning is like the heavier weighted guys, and it's but the heavier weighted guys, and it's true.
Yeah.
The guys that are over 215 pounds are going to go to the NFL or go to the NBA where they can make $15 million.
All right, the top 1%. The top 1% of the athletes in America are going to do that, but there's fucking 99 other percentage of players that aren't going to make the NFL that are going to be just as good enough of an athlete, like John Jones' brothers in the NFL. Like, all right, you're telling me that John Jones could have played in the NFL just because he's got that lineage in him? No, he's just a fighter.
No,
some guys get their sport different.
Wouldn't have let him play.
Right.
But my point is, there's a guy in the NFL that if he trained MMA for 5-6 years, he'd fuck John Jones up because they're just superior athletes.
Well, look at Ovin
I can't believe what you're saying.
He was a college
John
football
Jones
player,
stopped
and look at him now.
fighting and got a stroke.
Yeah, that's
maybe.
what I mean. Like
exactly, Omar. Did you get that? What he just said? Like, he's
in 5 years.
5 years of training is going to be
all right, first of all, when John Jones became champion.
Hold on. But let me ask you this, Chris. Let me get one question out here. Would Reggie Bush be able to beat John Jones with 5 years?
5 years.
I want to know.
Here's the point that I'm going to make. All right. John Jones won the belt at 23. How long did he train MMA before he beat Shogun's ass?
10 seconds.
5 years?
10 weeks, maybe. I think he picked up a mail-order course of, wrestling and jiu-jitsu. And he was at the New York Bomb Squad. Shout out to the Bomb Squad.
How many guys in the NFL wrestled their whole life? It's not like and wrestled in college a lot.
It's a great off-season thing because the seasons don't commingle. So it was always something good to do, kind of while the other one was to keep you in shape. Exactly.
The point that I'm making is if you took James Harrison and you had him train MMA for fucking 10 years, at 28.
Now it's 10.
You're missing the point entirely, Carl. Like.
No, say 5 so I could say 5 so we can make
you're
less
not going to take a
for
guy at 23 and be like, here, train for 5 years and go fight. But at 17 to 25, 17 to 23, when it's time to, either go to college and play football or be like, you know what, I'm going to go do this MMA thing. The best athletes at that age are going to play college
football. You're just
going
to casually go train MMA and become the fucking pound-for-pound best fighter in the fucking country or the world? Like, what are you saying? I'm curious.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I'm not trying to be a dick here, but I don't believe you're the one that's saying this. Like, usually I'm the idiot in the group saying stupid shit.
Well, you also got to understand, not every athlete is like a John Jones. You look at some of these guys that come into the sport.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's going for the top there. I get it. Like, don't go after Tyron Woodley.
Some of these guys that they come into the sport, it takes them a while to start making some real money. So if they have the opportunity to go to college and they excel in college and they can enter the draft, they're going to make a hell of a lot more money.
You guys look
going
at guys
into
like
play
Francis
football.
Ngannou, and everybody's like, yo, this guy's a fucking freak. He's this, he's that. That's everyone that plays defense in the NFL. Almost.
Bro, Chris, you could have no coordination. How many times did you see Jamil Johnson, right?
Yeah.
He didn't fucking know how to get in the three-point
guys
stance.
is coordinated, at least. So I'm saying that there's how many
you act like it's a slam dunk every time. That's what I don't understand.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying every NFL player could beat up John Jones. I'm saying that there's guys in the NFL that if they train MMA instead, John Jones probably wouldn't be the world champion because there's better athletes there. That's what I'm saying.
1,600 days. If they train MMA for 1,600 days, they're going to beat John Jones.
No, you got to stop the 5-year thing, Carl. Let's get over that, all right? And yes,
why?
If they train, because John Jones won the belt and he trained for fucking 5-6 years before he beat the champ of the world, all right, and ran through everybody else up until that point. Like he was 23.
Are we counting his junior college career or not? That's the only thing I'd ask. Like, would we count like when he started just straight training MMA?
Now, are we going to count? If we are, then that's less.
Who did he beat?
If we are counting that,
when in his career? Like, come on, you got to look at that too. Like, this guy's also in the fucking prime of his career.
Who?
Not even.
John Jones.
Well, I mean, he was the youngest champion.
That's my point.
History.
That's my point. Like, all right, Khalil Mack at 17. I'm gonna fight instead of playing football. Right? He's probably going to be trained enough to be the world champ at this point in his life.
Yeah, who knows if he can cut weight? Who knows if he can fucking do any of this stuff? Like, it's a whole different beast, and I'm so fucking. I'm almost upset.
Well, you know what it is?
I could see Andrew Luck having a really good two-piece. I don't know why. I think it's the beard. He just looks angry all the time. I could see him dropping some Mormon bombs. on
Yeah,
somebody's
you know what it
face.
is, though? It's the athletic talent that they have to have, which John Jones is oozing athletic talent. But it's also, can they perform under the lights? And I'm not just talking about the UFC. I'm talking about in any organization whatsoever. You can train like a son of a bitch.
We're talking about
train like a
son, possibly fighting John Jones. Like, come on.
Well, yeah, but that just shows a lack of depth in the division. That's
okay.
That's what that shows.
Thank you. That's my point. You made my point.
So any NFL player can come in and walk into that division after 5 years and fucking contend for a title.
Yo, shut
as
the
long
fuck
as his
up.
name
I'm
is
not saying
Herschel
walk
Walker.
into that division after 5 years and beat the champion. I'm saying, like, if they were both 17, rewind time, all right? They're both training. At this point, they would be better than John Jones because they're fucking superior athletes.
It's a stretch. I get what you're saying, Chris, but that's a stretch.
Yo,
you know,
just said how the talent. How come
I think O.J. Simpson can do some damage in the heavyweight division now.
How come every division in the UFC besides 125 is stacked? Every division has got killers in it. Like there's like the top 6. You're like, Jesus Christ.
I like how you went with killers after I mentioned O.J. Simpson, though. I see what you're doing.
And then you get up to light heavyweight, and there's like 2 or 3 guys, and then from there on, nobody gives a shit about anybody. And most of the successful guys are like, oh, this guy played football in the Giants, and like they weren't good enough to make it in the NFL.
Look at Mitrione, right? Look at Meathead.
Yeah, Brendan Schaub.
Having Brendan Schaub having tremendous success, and it's like, yeah, I played for 2 seconds.
Kyle Kingsbury.
That's true. He's killing the wife
game. In jail.
That's more what he was doing back in the day.
Killing the wife.
And then something happened. He was.
Oh my God, that motherfucker
full circle. Full circle.
Junie Browning like threw a glass of wine in his face and like got him. Imagine now, like kill that little shit.
Oh my God. That's what they should have the next Ultimate Fighter at, just in jail.
Like the War Machine fucking
supposed to be Junie was supposed to be on this season of the Ultimate Fighter Redemption. I don't know what happened. They just stopped talking about
probably
it.
Fucked
child
up somehow.
Support.
They probably were like,
I think child support got to him, and they're like, if you get on the show, we're gonna need some checks. And he's like, nah, I'm good. So he stayed in Canada.
But it would have been funny to see him and Let Me Bang Bro fight in the house when they were drunk. That would have been kind of funny.
I like how you said Bang Bro too. Thank you, Davin. You bastard.
Because I'm awful. I don't know the guy's name. I just know him as Let Me Bang
Julian
Bro.
Lane.
Julian Lane.
Yeah.
I think he actually has a fight against Brad Desir. They fought.
Yeah, he fought Brad Desir. Yeah. Absolutely.
How'd that work
before
out?
His Bellator days.
Brad Desir won.
Yes, he did.
Brad Desir bangs, bro.
Oh, that's what I hear. Anyway.
So Pat Berry's dating a 12-year-old boy, huh?
You shut your mouth.
Yeah, who the hell put Justin Bieber on the cover of Women's Health magazine naked? That's what I want to know.
That's horrible, guys. Really. All right. Whoever he wants to date.
I can't even say that word. But Doug Rose can still get it. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Something about her isn't. She doesn't do it.
Bro, what? Because she shaved her head? That was it. That's it.
No, I don't know.
When she talks too. When she talks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
I'm not interested in her voice or her hair.
No, she's that like little white girl that has the 3 black friends and thinks she's black, and it's irritating. It's irritating.
I can't believe you just took it there, dude. Like,
what the fuck
are you?
Because that's
was she down in Charlottesville?
It's absolutely spot on, but that's
horrible.
It might be terrible, but it's
first of all, guys, she's from Milwaukee, so that's all you need to know about that situation. And look at her husband. Have you ever been to Milwaukee?
Are there black people in Milwaukee?
Anthony Pettis got his car blown up.
How about this? I was at a bus station in Milwaukee on the way to Green Bay, and it was interesting. Very.
Please elaborate. You can't just tease that. Like, come on. What do we
picture like Walmart and like just that's all you need to know. It was like Walmart.
In the dead of winter.
People who light Anthony Pettis' car or brother's car on fire. It's like people
Pat Barry
like that.
Is like he. What does he sound like? He talks
the
same
Mafia.
way. Yeah.
I like Pat Barry. His Instagram is it's an interesting follow. Hype or Die. I think that's what it's called.
I love how ready he is to cry at a moment's notice. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Male figure.
Does
Speaking
three
of
wins
crying,
and the UFC?
Daniel Cormier thinks he's going to fight John Jones again. Like, what is that? On what planet would anyone care to see that fight?
First of all, I could almost guarantee you that he does because, like I just said, there is no good athletes at 205.
Well,
so.
no, that division is as deep as a puddle. So it could very well happen.
So if he beats John Jones, they got to fight 2 more times. If he beats him the second time or the fourth
this
time,
is going to be the old school opening round for basketball.
The Mighty Mouse is a pound-for-pound great is going to fight Joe Benavidez for the 9th time. That's cool.
It's going to be Detroit versus Chicago in '86. You know what I mean? Like best of 5. What the fuck is going on? Like, honestly, guys, it's done. You said it yourself. There's no rivalry.
Omar.
It's over. Stop it. Move up. I mean, unless you're going to fight him in like some weapons match at heavyweight.
Move up. He's not safe at heavyweight because John Jones will kill him at heavyweight. Like,
I believe that too. But it's the only move. The only possible way that he gets a fight with John Jones in any universe is if he goes on a run in heavyweight, and so does John, and they somehow cross paths.
Probably going to be Jimmy Manuwa and DC next. They're both coming off a loss, and they hate each other. That's probably next. Say he beats Manuwa.
Right? If John Jones is moving up, I would stay in that division and be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll get some pay-per-view.
Hell yeah. I'll fucking run and hide from his ass.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Who's going to beat DC at 205 besides John Jones?
My man,
everyone else.
Ozdemir, number 3 in the world. I can't believe that.
Vulcan Ozdemir, baby.
Yo, he's got no time.
He's number 3 in the world, and Shogun is number 4. Shogun.
That's tough.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
And, I love Shogun. He's one of my all-time favorites. But
it was about 20 years ago when you were downloading those videos off LimeWire.
yeah, exactly. Watching him beat up Vanderlei in an old school
guys like Sakuraba's head clear out of the ring.
You keep it out of your mouth in anything but a respectful manner. All right, sir.
All right. So for the last few minutes before our guest calls in. Because that division is so fucking shallow, do you think that if the UFC finally gets rid of Reebok, allows the sponsors to come back in, do you think the heavyweights from Bellator, and maybe World Series of Fighting that are kind of on the come up would actually want to come over to the UFC now because they can make more money with sponsors?
I think you'd see more, but I don't think they're going to do that with the sponsorship because what they're trying to do is promote
a heavyweight on the come up, I'd like to know who it is.
The Reebok sponsorship, it helps the sport look professional in the cage.
Savage. Holy shit.
I disagree. I think it looks better with the sponsors on the shorts and shit. I just don't think they're going to do that. To answer your question, so I don't think that'll happen. But if it does happen, I think absolutely you'll have at least a 50-50 split going each way. But real quick before the guest does call in, you're right, Ryan Bader. Did you see our boy Aljamain Sterling getting into it with Cody Nolov on Twitter?
Like secretly using his Reebok deal to cut fucking dead weight and be like, yeah, go ahead. Go make your money.
Go to Bellator. Nobody cares about Aljamain Sterling going after Cody.
Carl, I didn't see that. What's the story?
Oh, it was great.
I don't think it's much. I think Cody just tweeted at him or something. Aljamain went at him first, obviously, like, I want my shot at the belt, and then Cody said something, and he called him like a boy, and Aljamain went in. He was like, don't be calling me your boy, or he said, unless you're someone or something else. Yeah, so he kind of went at him that way. I'm hoping Aljamain gets a title shot. Of course, we want him to hold the belt one day.
We want to see Sterling and Rivera. That's the fight. Aljamain and Jimmy Rivera.
Yes.
They've been beefing.
New York versus New Jersey, and this is the time where I'd have to root for New York.
Yeah.
Goddamn right
you would. Did you call that, Tommy?
The fact that you would actually just root for New Jersey blindly anyway is astonishing to me, but that's besides the point.
No, Carl, Chris and I both said Jimmy Rivera and Aljamain, and Eddie said the same thing.
Like at the same time.
I had said it on the Cage Side Submission podcast, but that seems to be the only real fight, because he's not going to get a title shot right away, and even he said that.
Away. Right, absolutely.
But that seems to be the right fight. I think it would be. I don't think that would go to the ground once. I think those two would punch each other in the face. I would hope it would be like a fight night main event, so we could watch them beat the living shit out of each other for 5 rounds.
Anybody else think it's a little weird though?
Rivera's calling for either one fight.
Yeah, he ain't getting that.
Well, what's up,
you know what?
for what Aljamain did to Renan Barao, he deserves to main event a fight night after what he did to Barao.
It's the odd man out. There's going to be one odd man out because the two guys that are fighting for the belt, I think.
Does he
Dom
really deserve it after a decision, though? Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
Come on. What are you talking about? A decision? Yes, he does. He beat the former champ. Anyway, I think that there's 5 guys right now in the mix at that weight, right? The 2 that are going to fight in MSG, and then there's Dom, Jimmy Rivera, and Sterling. And now, my take is that Dom, Rivera wants the Cruz fight, but Cruz is probably going to be smart and just sit out and stay ready.
I don't see Dom coming
fight
back.
Pulls out, he's going to be the clear fill-in.
I don't see Dominic coming back, guys.
I
don't see Dom coming back
on the real.
He's got the media gig going. Yeah, I agree.
It's not that. His body is shot. His feet are shot.
Yeah.
Based on what? Just your opinion, or his?
Yeah, I know. Connor also said he's coming back to the UFC too. I have back
sources
to the UFC too, so
that tell me.
How are we talking about Connor not coming back at 20?
Omar, are you serious? Because I want to hear this.
No,
Come on, let Omar talk.
No, completely off the cuff. This is the same sources that had, the beef between Arlovsky and
Arlovsky. Go beat up whose wife?
Sylvia's wife.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was Sylvia's wife.
It was Rumble's wife.
Rumble's wife.
Yes,
that's who it is.
It was. Go ahead, Tommy. Handle the intro.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have our guest calling in, Masoud Ranjabar, and his cousin and his translator, Cyrus. Masoud is a 3-0 professional heavyweight fighter out of AKA Thailand. What's going on, Masoud?
Hey guys, we're all online. This is Cyrus. Let me make sure
Masoud
is there as well. We're calling from 2 different places.
That's cool.
Masoud Sedamadori. I don't think he's chimed in yet, guys. He's in Thailand still at camp, and I was with him till just last week. So I'm calling from Iran, and he's calling from Thailand. So I don't think he's chimed in yet.
Cool.
Okay.
What time is it there where you are?
In Iran, it's exactly 5:32 a.m.
Damn, bro, you got up even earlier for us. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you being up and joining us, man. That's dedication right there.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to be on the show, and thanks so much for having us. We've been looking forward to it. It's a great platform for your fans to get to know our fighters. So it's all good.
Absolutely. Have you spent any time in Thailand with them?
Yeah, I was actually there with them throughout for over a month and 2 weeks now. Spent a good bit of the month with him, and I had to get back. He's still out there.
Right.
So, yeah, he's looking great, and we're looking forward to some exciting fights coming up.
Good shit.
So you said he's in camp now. He has a fight coming up soon?
Yeah, so essentially, he's in AKA Thailand, and there were some fights that were that still are lined up in Russia. But frankly, his agent, Michelle, who I think you're acquainted with, in the last actually couple of weeks, a lot of interesting opportunities are coming up in Europe. They're in the early stages of negotiation with the FFC. I believe it's like 20.
Cyrus, you kind of broke up there. What organizations did you say there?
Yeah, we're probably gonna have a tough time.
There's October. You want me to call back, or is this better at all? Can you hear me?
I don't know. I mean, it's coming in and out. It's going, and then all of a sudden it'll drop. I mean, we get it. I mean, I understand you're calling the other side of the friggin' earth here, so I'm sure we're gonna experience a little bit of lagging and shit.
I'm on the VoIP line too, guys. I'm on a VoIP line, so the internet plays a role here.
Right.
I hope you can hear me.
I'm sure.
So I was saying Final Fight Championships. Yeah, I was talking about FFC Final Fight Championships. They are a European organization, and the next fight's in Austria, in Vienna. I believe it's October 20th. So we're in talks with them. We're in early stages of negotiation. We actually have a tentative fight, although not the right. It doesn't match with the October 20th. But in fact, we met Christian Moorcraft on Tyler King's page. So we initiated contact with him. He's a very nice guy. He's a gentleman, and he's interested in fighting Masoud and competing against him at some point. So we're interested in matching Masoud up with some American opponents. I think that should make for some fireworks.
Oh yeah, and they were getting into it, the two of them, right? I think.
Hey, by the way, Masoud just messaged me on WhatsApp, and he says that he called and no one answered. Let me call him. Can you bear with me for one moment?
We'll hold it for a minute. That's no problem at all.
Thanks, John.
Yeah, I kind of experienced. Yeah, no problem, dude. I kind of figured we would experience a little bit. It's kind of crazy. You got guys calling from two different places on the other side of the earth to like put this little conference thing together. Just thinking of the technology alone is what goes into doing this. It's pretty insane that we could even do it to begin with.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey guys, I'm back. I just told him his WhatsApp works fine. He's going to try to dial in again. I do apologize about the technical difficulties.
That's all right, dude. Don't worry about it.
No problem.
We'll trudge through it, man. It's cool. We appreciate you guys calling in. Believe me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's 5:30 in the morning over there. I almost feel bad that you're calling us at 5:30 in the morning. Oh my God!
So I think
it's a testament. It's a testament to the love of the sport, man. Yeah, so it doesn't have borders. So we're all here for the same reason.
I love it.
Now, do you train as well?
What's that?
Do you train too? Do you train in the sport as well?
Yeah, I train, but not at their level, man. It's all fun and games to me. I follow the fights, and Masoud is actually my second cousin. I'm from the States. I was born and raised there. I came back to Iran. I do some business back and forth. I got Masoud involved in the supplement business, sports supplement business. So essentially, we met a few years ago, and then I couldn't believe, how talented he is. And, I was like, wow, I actually have a distant relative that is kind of a badass, so I started, helping him out, communicate better with his management team. Obviously Paradigm is a big team, and they really look after our guys. So, I stepped in. I was like, hey, look, anytime you need, anything from me. So it slowly evolved into me being more hands-on. I go to his camps, kind of support him. And you know how it is at this early stage when they're coming up. They need all the support they can get. So
hell yeah,
it's been working out good, and we were very hopeful that he can step it up and get to the big leagues. I think he's UFC material for sure.
Well, he definitely did. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Carl.
No, you're good.
Go ahead.
He
definitely made the right step by jumping over to AKA Thailand with Mike Swick. I mean, Mike was an excellent fighter.
Definitely.
Yep.
For sure, and he's a good coach. He's hands-on with the guys. He really believes in them, and they have a really good environment. I don't know if you guys have had time to go visit Phuket. It's a beautiful camp they have.
No, I've never. I don't think. I don't know. Omar might have. It seems like something that he probably did in his travels at one point. But yeah, just following fighters on social media, you see all that shit. Everybody goes over there. It looks pretty intense. Definitely a place I would like to visit. Definitely. Hey, cool. He's trying to send me a picture here. He says he's calling, but no one is picking up. So instead of trying to I knew what what he wanted to get across. What questions you may have. So essentially, I know all about his life and everything. So in favor of time and interest of time, maybe we can. I don't want to kind of have speed bumps in your interview. So maybe we can move forward, or if you guys want to just change the subject altogether. I don't want to.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. That you say he's got a fight upcoming. Like, discuss more of what's I guess on the horizon for him. This way we can get his information out there so people follow him.
Yeah, essentially there was a fight that was happening. It's called Pro FC in Russia. That we were he's been itching to fight anybody, but Paradigm essentially Michal was advising him to be more patient, and apparently that patience is paying off. But just right when he's supposed to sign up for the fight coming up next month, and there's other opportunities. So it's kind of an interesting crossroads, but it seems like it's a better move for him to wait so he can get a better stage, because he's well-rounded enough. His game has improved, and he says he wants to test himself against a world-class opponent. So. That's been and another issue for Iranian MMA athletes is the visa issue. If they obtain a visa, usually they need to apply many months in advance, and for Europe or even Australia, the U.S.
pretty
is more
crazy. I was
difficult now.
going to say something about that before. There was a guy who we were talking about the show, The Ultimate Fighter, and the guy who got to the finals, I think, had a visa issue and he got pulled from the final because he apparently lied on it. But I'm sure there's so much more that goes into that because you're fighting all over the place. You got to actually be able to travel in and out of these countries.
Yeah, and now there's like a fucking travel ban and all this crazy shit going on. So
right, so it's going to be even more difficult. Crazy.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And and it's really unfortunate because I think the travel ban on Iran is, at least on Iran specifically, is misguided because the reality is, Iran is actually the main country fighting ISIS right now. And luckily, ISIS has gotten their ass handed to them now. But when it was really hot and heavy, Iran was losing guys. And essentially the reason Iran got pushed into this the group of countries is because of Iran's stance against Israel. So Israel pushes their lobby to make sure that Iran gets the worst treatment. But the reality is, Iran has never done anything towards the U.S. or 16 of the 19 hijackers were from Saudi Arabia, and Saudi is spreading the worst type of Islam across the world, and yet we're selling them $100 billion in weapons. So it's there's a whole representation. So those are the things actually we think that through athletic exchanges like MMA, that the countries can get to know each other better. That's why we think it's a great thing. Today's show, it's a great platform, and so more stuff like this needs to happen so that there's more transparency, more direct contact between the people. Because Iran is actually quite modern. People love American culture. They think positively of Americans at a time where a lot of the world.
Plus, you guys are absolute savages in the grappling arena. It's been known for throughout all the political bullshit aside, right? The back and forth for years. Even when Russia was
Iranian
USSR,
in the Olympics, that's for sure.
Jesus Christ, you guys can wrestle your asses off.
It's in the fabric. I mean, it's absolutely in the fabric of the sport culture here. It's a very macho culture here, not so unlike the U.S. So there the United States has a phenomenal wrestling field, great talent pool, and they're always gunning for the gold. So there's a lot of overlap. That's why and MMA is to me it's an extension of wrestling and among the other
you guys have great judo too.
So,
I know, flat out, you're grappling just in those two arenas, and think about other countries like you're saying that have those backgrounds. Japan, great judo. Mm-hmm. They have pretty decent MMA. Right? America, great wrestling.
Yeah.
We produce some pretty good.
For sure.
I mean, it's such an untapped pool because of,
Absolutely.
You're saying, the ability. I mean, there's so many savages behind Masoud, right? You tell me.
Absolutely.
There's going to be tons of folks in your gyms.
Yeah, but the thing is, they don't have access to high-level training. They have to travel to places like Thailand, which is, an 8-hour flight. So that's the next step. That's actually... We're, both Masoud and Amir, who just fought Tyler in Japan, they're essentially the pioneers. They're the face of the sport here. And, we're hoping to have, good coaches come here from initially maybe from Thailand, Brazil, startup camps. And then really we want to see what happened in Russia happen here. And it's funny, over there, it's the Dagestan Republic. It's a very small area, which is not too far from Iran. And they have a grappling background. So, the stage is set. We just need that spark. But there is pushback. The government is definitely not embracing of this.
I think we might have.
They don't like violence.
Have Masoud on the line. I think he finally got through.
Okay,
you want to give
great.
it a check, see, Cyrus?
That'd be excellent. Sure. Masoud, شما هستی؟
سلام من بعد شدم دیگه. سلام علیکم. Hello everybody. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Masoud?
Hey,
Masoud is on the line.
Thank you.
How you doing, man? Thanks for joining us, man.
میگن چطوری؟ خیلی ممنون اومدی رو شو.
خوبم آقا بگو من دیروز تمرین سخت کردم امروز اینجا صبح از 7 بیدار شدیم آقا گیجم بگو دیگه میذاره من گیج میزنم میبخشید بگو دیگه.
Yeah, he said one sorry for the delay, and second he's had a last few days of very hard training and it's early AM there, and he's a bit groggy, but he's glad to be on the show, and excuse the delay.
Yeah, no problem, man. Just tell him thank you for even calling this early, of course, and we're just happy to have him on. Obviously, both of you guys joining us is very appreciative. Of course, we appreciate it.
میگن دمت گرم که اومدی داداش. خیلی ممنون که صبح زود پا شدی و اینجا هستی. So you guys should just if you want to ask the questions direct to Masoud, we can go one by one, and then I'll go ahead and translate what's being exchanged.
Okay. Yeah. We'll just we'll just I guess fire the questions as we get them to you guys, and we'll just do it how we've been doing it. We kind of freestyle with it. It's not a problem, Like really cool. If we get anybody over there listening, and they could at least pick up on what he's saying before the translation even comes across. So it's not a problem. What we're doing is pretty good.
Sounds good.
So he just came. He had training this morning, or what? It's I'm assuming it's what 7:30 there. So he probably didn't train yet?
Yeah, around that. No, it's from yesterday. He said last few days he hasn't started training today. In fact, he would probably be doing cardio right now. So
shit.
It wasn't for the show.
We're taking up some of his time. That sucks.
That's all good.
So Masoud, what do you know about your opponent that you're going to be going up against soon?
مسعود داشت میگه که در مورد اون رقیبی که میخواد باش فایت کنی چی میدونی و الان من بهشون توضیح دادم که روسیه و اینا هنوز 100% نیست. حالا جوابشو هر چی میخوام بگی بگو.
کدوم میگه سیاهه رو میگه سیاه‌پوسته؟
نه سیاهی که هنوز مطمئن نیست. در مورد روسیه.
روسیه که کنسل شده. روسیه هم خبری.
بهش میگم همین. So the thing, guys, like I explained, like we've been kind of like putting the Russia fight on ice. We haven't finally, to be honest with you, we haven't signed the contract yet. So and the fight is coming up in under 6 weeks. So the opponent it's not fixed yet. There was and we're trying to secure a bigger event that his management is in talks with. So that's why he left. He was like, yeah, the Russia thing is kind of a funny thing right now. So that's kind of a sensitive subject.
Well, I guess if you're trying to improve and get a bigger event, that's always better. So he's moving in the right direction. It might be dejecting to him, but if you're getting something bigger, then the payoff in the long run is definitely more rewarding. So that's good.
Yep, I'll tell him. مسعودش میگه که صبر کنی بهتره که بتونی بری یه فایت بزرگتر و یه سکو بزرگتر که این فکر بدی نیست که هنوز امضا نکردی قرارداد تو.
آره دیگه داداش همین ان شاءالله اون چینا هم بهش گفتی دیگه. اوکی.
نگفتم نه اجازه ندارم. he also mentioned
بگو 2-3 تا داداش فایت ان شاءالله هست که یه دونش میگیره یه دونش شروع شدنیه ما منتظر هستیم دیگه.
He said don't you guys worry that there's 3 very hot prospects that have invited him, and as long as the visa gets ready, which we should be fine for the countries we're applying for, you guys can look for some exciting action, and we'll announce it once we sign the contract. So you guys rest easy. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good next couple months coming up.
Nice. We'd like to see that. And we'll definitely stay in touch and obviously with social media, and we'll make sure, let them know that anything you post or anything we'll pump out for our fans and listeners so they can follow along and keep track, because we're definitely trying to grow the brand. And, this international thing is definitely where it's going, and like you said, we want to be a fight family, everybody under the same umbrella, all races, all colors, everything, it's
no doubt.
It's better
that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
That's what it's all about. And that's how if it's a true competition, it needs to be that. We need to get all the talent from every corner so they can come prove, back up what they're saying, so that's what it's all about.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. That's good.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask Masoud if there's anything in specific he wants to speak about. He had a interesting upbringing in a tough neighborhood. Maybe he wants to speak on that. Let me ask him if there's anything he wants to say.
Let's talk about his background for sure. For sure, talk about his background.
Okay. All right. مسعود داداش میگن یه ذره در مورد چجوری مثلا تو بازی فایت اومدی یا بچگی کجا بار اومدی اینا رو می‌خوای توضیح بدی؟
آره میگم از بچگی که داشت بگو که محله ما یه جای خاصی بوده که بگو من از بچگی دعواهام هم زیاد بوده. دعواهام هم فکر کنم از بچگی خودم شماره‌شو دارم. کنم همین 70-80 تا دعوا بوده یه دونه شاید یه دونه سوخت دادم 71 هم تو دعوام بگو از دعوای بچگی.
Masoud wants to start off. He's saying, like many fighters that have come up in history, he grew up in a very tough neighborhood and underprivileged neighborhood, and he had to fight his way to earn respect. And he jokingly said that his fight career started in his neighborhood in the schoolyard, and he has 70 wins and 1 loss in street fights. So he's saying and he's not exaggerating. I'm sure he's had over 70 fights. Yeah, he says he keeps count. This is not a fake record. He says it's not a fake record. He keeps accurate count, and he's 71.
It's not Hickson. It's not the Hickson.
The 400 wins Hickson racing.
That one. Did he avenge that one? Did he get that guy back?
What do you want me to ask him? What about the one guy?
Yeah, the one loss that he had. Did he go back and beat that guy, or that's the only loss he's ever had?
داداش مسعود میگه که اونی که ازش باختی رفتی دوباره سراغش بزنیش یا اون همیشه باخته ده؟
بگو اونی که باختم بهش ته پارک محلمون بود. بعد من فکر نمی‌کردم که اینقدر بزرگ باشه. من خیلی کوچیک بودم. بعد مثلا من شاید 35-6 کیلو بودم. اون پسره 70-80 کیلو بود. بعد خیلی بزرگتر از من بود. رزمیکارم بود. هر چقدر می‌چسبیدم بهش منو پرت می‌کردیم اونور. بعد
He said that when he fought him, Masoud weighed about 40 kilos, so that's about like 100 pounds, and he was a kid, and the other guy was a teenager, so the guy whooped his ass, but then Masoud kept going back. He didn't give up, and there was a huge size disadvantage, so he didn't go after that target again. Let's put it that way.
True. You don't want to get that ass kicking twice.
Yeah,
live to fight another day.
Exactly.
I mean, it's good that it's good that he took that lifelong fight experience and is using it to do something good with it. Where most people grow up like that, they don't do something good with it. So it's a testament to him and good for him.
Absolutely, and he actually went into boxing. He has a professional boxing record in Iran of 15 wins, 0 losses, and he went to wrestling. He competed wrestling nationally. And that's what he doesn't drink, smoke. He's a real athlete. He's all about the sport. So you're absolutely right. That is a testament to his athletic spirit. And he essentially got out of the hood, with fighting. You know what I mean? So that's all a fact. And I'll relay that message. داداش مسعود میگن که خیلی خوبه که این دعوا رو که استفاده کردی که از شرایط بد محلت اومدی بیرون و الان تو استیج ورزشی فایت هستی. من گفتم آره تو باکس شما 15 هیچ هستین تو ایران و کشتی و اینا خیلی ورزشی بودین. حالا اگه پاسخی دارین بگین من بهشون ترجمه کنم.
داداش بگو که ما هم زحمت کشیدیم دیگه. ما هم همش از بچگی ورزش کردیم و دنبال کار دیگه نبودیم. و همش زحمت کشیدیم دیگه. وقتی هم کشتی گذاشتم کنار اومدم تو بوکس 5 سالم تو بوکس بودم که بعدش با مشاینا آشنا شدم. بعدم که الان 3-4 ساله میام تایلند و میرم تا ببینیم خدا چی میخواد دیگه.
Yeah, and Masoud says it's been an uphill battle the whole way, and but this is all he knew and understood, that he needs to get in a athletic setting to get out of his condition. And he started out in wrestling, then he went into boxing, boxed professionally in Iran for 5 years, and then Paradigm discovered him, Michel's team, and he's been going to Thailand for the last 3 years or so, and kind of getting his MMA game up, and now he's ready to take it to the next stage, and he can take it to the world stage. So it's a very interesting and important time for him, and he's ready for a breakout.
Isn't it crazy how you could spin like fighting, like violence, into something positive and basically better your life through the violence of fighting other people, as long as it's like in controlled quarters? It's pretty crazy. I think it's pretty incredible in this day and age, the opportunity that people have.
It is interesting.
I got a question now for Masoud. All right, I know you brought up Tyler before. When's this going down? Is this going down? Is that the fight that he wants? The main fight?
Yeah, I'm sure he wants to give you a piece of his mind. So, مسعود داداش میگه که این داستان تایلر چیه؟ این کلکل و این فایت کی قرار ایجاد بشه؟ آیا قرار ایجاد بشه؟ میخوای داستانش چیه؟
بگو که تایلر خودش شروع کرد، به من اومدش پیام دادش خودش که چرا قایم میشی، چرا قایم میشی. بعد منم که انگلیسیم درست خوب نبود ولی بهش گفتم که من قایم نمیشم، من هستم، اصلا من نمیشناختمش، این کی هست. به من اینجوری پیام داد که شروع کرد دیگه، خودش شروع کرد این حرفا رو زدن، بعد خودش هم کنار کشیده فعلا دیگه. ولی اصلا بگو که اصلا مال این حرفا نیست. تایلر اصلا ردش در این رده نیست که بخواد بیاد فایت کنه. اصلا ردش در همون رده همون فکر کنم باید بره همون آماتور فعلا. آماتور یه ذره بازی کنه بعد باز بیاد توی حرفه‌ای. بهش میگم.
So Masoud says, he had no clue who Tyler was, and then Tyler started messaging him, essentially, calling him out, but in kind of a vulgar way. So Masoud essentially started, translating it either via Michal and then later to me. He was like, "What is this guy saying?" And then he's like, "Oh, wait a minute, this guy's talking shit to me." So then the shit talking started, and then somehow the fight initially was supposed to be between Masoud and Tyler, and then all of a sudden, Amir needed an opponent and Ryzen, and obviously Ryzen is a big stage, so all the attention went there, and then Masoud was like, "Wait a minute, this guy offended me." Especially in our culture, it's like in the U.S. It's so much more vulgar. You just call your buddies, you say the nasty stuff to them, and then it's fine. But in our culture, people take it the wrong way. So Masoud was like, "Okay, these are tough fighting words." He's like, "I want to actually fight this guy." So Masoud actually does feel like he has beef to squash, and Tyler definitely was pushing his button. So now he's like, "Okay, why isn't he showing up? I'm ready to fight this guy in his backyard if he wants me to." You know what I mean? So, and also he likes to add that he doesn't understand how Tyler made it to where he is because he really doesn't respect him as a fighter. He said, this guy talks such a big game, and he's a pushover. He's like he does not belong in the heavyweight. So so Masoud is talking a lot of shit too with that. He wants Tyler to back up his mouth. You know what I mean?
But don't you think it's more Tyler trying to sell the fight than it really is talking shit? Because that seems to be the dynamic now. It's kind of almost like professional wrestling where what people say they really don't mean. It's just to sell and push the fight.
Right. Yeah, I think I'll ask him. Let me ask him that. I think I get that, but let me see how much he feels about it.
You know what his answer's going to be.
Of course I do.
Nothing. I get carried. I forgot I'm just a translator here. So
Cyrus is doing a great job, dude. You really are killing this interview right now.
Yo, shout out to Cyrus.
Masoud داشت میگه که این کلکلا که میکنی فوش میدن میگه اینا میگه الان شده مثل کشتی کج مردم من فوش و اینا میدن اما واقعی ته دلشون نیست. نظرت چیه؟ اینا واقعا کلکلا واقعیه به دل میگیری یا به نظر تایلر هم جدیه؟ تو جدی هستی؟ داستان چیه؟
بگو داداش کلکلا یه حرف کلکلا جدی گرفتنش که جدی و 50-50 جدی گرفتنش، ولی وقتی که فایت انجام میشه دیگه همش از بین میره دیگه. همه چجوری بگم این فوشایی که دادیم و اینا همه ضربه‌ای که تو سر تایلر میخوره همش از مغزش میره بیرون. دیگه هیچ یادش
So Masoud said he said that he has mixed feelings about it. He says it's 50-50, but he's like it's when someone disses you, whether it's for show or not, you want to fight. It's his instinct to want to fight. But he says, but don't worry. Once we get to the cage, he says every blow I land on his dome, it's like every cuss word he told me is just washing away. So he was like, as long as I can put my hands on him, it's all good. We'll squash it in the cage. We'll walk out.
I love
even.
It. Nice.
So now is Ryzen something that he's going to be looking for? Because I know Michal has great ties with Ryzen. Is that something that's going to be kind of the next step for him?
I think Mish would have to comment on that, but I do know that there are two faces for this sport in Iran. It's Amir and Masoud, and I do know that that's on our radar, that we don't want them necessarily stomping the same turf. I'll ask him, but it's really a question for his management. but I do know that they're methodically planning like where these guys go, because they really do believe they're UFC material, and that's where we really want to see them, frankly. And by the way, going back to the visa issue that I think it's to clarify, there actually exists a program. It's an athletic exchange program between Iran and the U.S. That's why the U.S. wrestling team just recently went to Iran for the World Championships and vice versa. So there's actually a way to do this, and we're aware of it, but we're waiting for first maybe a training camp in the U.S., maybe at ATT or Top Camp, and then stage the guys or Masoud in this case for some U.S. promotions. So the U.S. is actually very attractive to Masoud and our management. So it's just a matter of time, really. We really hope to find the exact right time and place. And I think Masoud would make for a very exciting fighter for the U.S. fans, because the U.S. fans appreciate the wrestling element a lot more. The Asian fans, they just want to see stand-up fight. But I think the U.S. fans really appreciate good grappling, good jiu-jitsu, wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at all the big names that came out initially, like from Matt Hughes.
A good wrestler with a boxing background is dangerous, for sure. If he's 15-0 as a boxer and he could wrestle, that's definitely an element that you don't see much from an American wrestler. There's really
not being great in both, right? He usually picks one or the other, absolutely. You don't see a guy who's like completely well-rounded and has success at both, absolutely.
No doubt. مسعود میگن که همین که بوکسور هستی و کشتیت هم خیلی جدی گرفتی، میگه خیلی خطرناک هستی و تو آمریکا کم آدمی که دوتاشو رفته به صورت حرفه‌ای پیگیر شده.
درسته. بعد ولی بگو بازم فایت یه چیزیه که چجوری بگم، هر کسی توی یه رده‌ایه.
Have you drank any coffee today? Have you drank any coffee this morning? Because you have so much energy. For it being 5:30 in the morning right now, I'm so impressed with the way you're carrying yourself. With this.
I think we might have lost
I'm on 30 minutes.
I think we did. I think it cut out. Yeah.
That's fine.
Oh, man, yeah.
It dropped.
That sucks.
Jesus.
Hopefully he'll buzz back in. I'm on 30 minutes of sleep. I told Masoud, I was like, hey, man, at least you get a good night's sleep. It's just not going to match with my schedule. I'm getting ready for the workday here, so it's all
God
good.
Bless you. Oh, Lord in heaven. Thank you so much for coming on, man. I had one question, and you were saying
okay.
that you were aside from like a Tyler, like say, what's kind of like is there anybody on his radar? I know I'm looking for a little bit deeper, more than hey, he just wants to develop. I get that for sure, but is there anybody that he like sees as a great style matchup, or somebody he emulates that he maybe wants to kind of try his hand with in the cage? Maybe somebody else that jumped over from wrestling, say.
Give us a name here.
Yeah, but let's give a name that we're actually in talks with. I mentioned it early on in our conversation. Christian Moorcraft, who's a UFC vet. He hasn't fought since 2014. He wants to fight Masoud, and Masoud wants to fight him. And Christian's a big guy. Stylistically, I've watched Christian's fights. I actually watched it with Masoud. I don't think that we don't know enough about it. We haven't seen enough to really be able to say how it's going to be stylistically. We just know it's going to be explosive, because Masoud is he really wants to showcase his his power. He feels like and by the way, his last fight, he had 102 fever, and we have all the medical records and stuff. This is not BS. I mean, we advised him not to fight. He insisted. He went there, and he was in the hospital for like 2-3 days afterwards. So I mean, he's really a warrior, and he won't back down. So he hasn't really had that one phenomenal showcase to really show the world what he has to go get on notice. But that's what his next fight hopes to achieve. And the higher caliber of the fighter, the better. He wants to fight a UFC vet. That's definitely one of the boxes we want to check.
Absolutely.
That'd be a big feather in the cap for sure. And kind of getting them on more people's radars. And then hopefully, who knows? Like you said, smoothing the visa process over. Because it was funny. Like those things sometimes tend to kind of get smoothed over when when the demand is there. You know what I mean? Like I always remember Glover Teixeira's sort of situations. Like they kept, and I don't know what he was doing on the visa form. God bless him. For the longest time,
yeah,
we were
for
trying
sure.
to get him up, but people
we
wanted.
We have like a legal team working on it. It's a reality, it's part of it, and that's definitely part of our strategy to get him in for a good camp, get him to the U.S., get him back to Iran, and then so that he has a record of being in the country. And like I said, there's an athletic exchange program, and hey, what better way for two countries to mend differences than to send their fighters in a cage to beat the living crap out of each other? So I can't think of a better way to do diplomacy.
Now, I heard you mention earlier trying to find a camp over here, and you said ATT.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it make more sense to just go with AKA? I mean, is there no ties there?
No, there's ties to both. I'm just saying that who the management has been in talks with. I think they're welcome at both camps. So yeah, absolutely, both are top tier, and they need that next step up. Otherwise, it's essentially one of the two. It's one of the two that we want to send them to, and they have an open door. It's just getting the visa and get their foot in the door.
Yeah.
Well, the wrestling is great.
AKA's got some heavyweights there that would obviously give him some work, and he would probably get his best work in there with Cain Velasquez, Cormier,
Absolutely.
and even the Dagestani guy with Khabib is there. So there's even ties there. You had mentioned before the Dagestani fighter. So I think that would make the most sense personally, but.
Well, yeah, but you got great
what I'd
wrestling
like to see
at both.
happen.
You got great
what I'd
wrestling
like
at
to
both.
see happen. This is, for sure. They do have. Both camps are solid, and I think it would be great to see them to go to both over the next few years. So it is no. I don't think there's any. We're not like pointing at any either one, but I know both are definitely a priority. But one thing I want to touch back up on is if this does happen, if they come to training, this is actually newsworthy, because there's so much. Iran and the U.S. are on the news so much. I mean, I think the MMA arena could be a great platform for creating this understanding we talked about earlier. Because, like I said, the Iranian people love American culture. They the same music they listen to, the same there's positive outlook, so that it's really unfortunate the media taints the truth. So the MMA platform is a very pure kind of place to get to know these athletes, and I hope that this is a great place to initiate discussions. But I think we can get some news media, some TV outlets, especially if a fight happens. We can get an Iranian fighter to the UFC. I mean, what better way?
Yeah.
And why not?
Sport has always been that bridge. I feel like sports has always
media in the U.S. will vilify fighters just because they're not from the U.S. and they'll try and pit that whole thing as a way to sell the fight, and that I think would be completely wrong because that paints a bad picture of a guy for no reason. So that's the one thing that I would be worried about.
Yeah, I mean that's something to be concerned with, but I think that the real story always comes out of the sidelines, and just it's one of those things that any publicity is good publicity because as long as attention comes on this subject, people will do their own research. The media is skewed. Trump calls it fake news. Which hats off to him. There's a lot of fake news out there.
You had made a good point earlier too. Whatever's happened to sell the fight sells the fight, and then they fight, and then they leave the cage, and then they get to talk about how they really feel. And I think that there will be more good to come from that than negative for sure. After the
we already have some a frame of reference with wrestling. I mean, Iran won this time. By the way, it was a super close team matchup. It was literally decided by a single-digit points. Is that they raise each other's hands at the end and then lift each other up. I mean, there's a lot of positive sportsmanship that doesn't get demonstrated, especially in a sport like wrestling. I mean, it's old as time. As we recorded history. So there's already a lot of. You could look up the footage. It's just unfortunately the media doesn't put that out. So and luckily because of social media, Instagram, Facebook, the fans have their own way of kind of connecting. So. Just connecting these two countries with a sport like MMA that's just on fire right now, it makes all the sense. And these guys are two fighters, these guys are the poster the poster fighters. They're the face of the sport. So I'm glad we're talking about them today, and you guys are so awesome for creating the opportunity. And hopefully once we actually have a fight locked in, we can get both Masoud and his opponent on. If you guys be generous to invite us back
100%.
on, we'd love to jump back on board.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely
yes.
would.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Dude, I really appreciate it. I'm sure we all do. We definitely appreciate you coming on. And, dude, I swear, you killed it today for us. You definitely helped us out.
I appreciate you guys also. I enjoyed it.
You could come back on just and talk to us yourself.
Cyrus, you can come on whenever you want, bro.
For real.
Absolutely.
Hey, my pleasure, guys. I enjoyed it as well, and we'll be in touch, and hopefully we'll link up again soon.
Yeah, please do.
Thank you, Cyrus. Thank
you.
Thank Masoud for us if we don't get to talk to him. Thank you both.
Yeah, sorry about the interruptions and everything. This is not how we anticipated it. I hope next time it will be much better.
Oh, it worked out beautifully.
Great interview.
It was
a great interview.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. Have a good one. We'll talk soon.
Take it easy.
You as well.
Take care.
All right, you too. Bye. All right, bye.
Later. Yo, he definitely killed that right there. It was
awesome.
Completely I anticipated way more.
I'd be lying
coming.
if I said I wasn't skeptical about how this is going to shake out. And we had some speed bumps, but I think it ultimately panned out really well.
I don't think those speed bumps were anything. And you know what it is? He knew his shit. He was well spoken, and he came prepared with information. About
man, and he brings up some good points, man. Like, I don't give a fuck about any diplomacy or bullshit politics or whatever's going on. I want to see the best fighters in the world fight the best fighters in the world. And if they're playing NFL football in America, then we got to get them from somewhere.
All right.
So the NFL talk coming full circle.
I'm telling you, Rocky IV.
We need to have the Fury guys be talking about this. We should do a little the 10-minute cross episode with the Fury guys.
Fury guys are kind of like half men because they don't actually watch MMA; they just watch football.
Oh wow!
Oh, that's the quote, Patricia. The Fury guys are half men.
That's ...
Yikes!
And then state.
Come on, Tim. Hey, give Tim a break. He's
having a rough week.
Trying not to. Yeah, he's trying not to kill himself. His team's about to go 0-6. You know what I mean? He's hurting.
Tim and Tim do a great job. Wednesdays at what time they go on? 7:30, 8:30. I always see the link, but I don't know what time. 8 o'clock,
okay. Baby. And
all
then they go all night long with Lionel Richie. It's beautiful.
those motherfuckers talk. I love it. It's honestly, they put on a good show. They really do.
Yeah.
The video format. I like that. I watch you guys too, but whatever. I don't like you guys, so. But that was a good interview. That was a good interview. Got some information out.
Omar, I guarantee you, I'll stake a year's paycheck on it. He hasn't watched one of our video casts, and Chris either. Guaranteed.
Not to completion. I think they just beat themselves.
You'll lose 100% on me. What the fuck do I do? That's all I do. Kidding me?
Well, because I'm surprised you haven't had a comment on any of them.
Probably more than once. Say it again.
I'm surprised you haven't had a comment on any of them, though.
What are you talking about here?
You want me to start? I mean, if you want me to start on you, Tommy, I could go on all fucking day.
Oh, you just make things up about me. You just hate that I'm right. That's the hard part.
Fake news.
Tommy's the guy that blindly.
Tommy's
the guy that blind.
Again.
Here's Tommy's fight personality wrapped up in a nutshell. He roots for the New Jersey guy just because he's from Jersey, no matter what.
Tommy's got a cousin. He's got a cousin who's married to this one's brother who trains with this one. So Tommy's rooting for him.
Hey, he keeps going guests. He could be married and cousins to whoever the fuck he wants.
Yo, we got to get through marriage. Yo, Tommy, is he a guest through marriage, or is it through training, or what is it?
Hey, until you start bringing in UFC fighters to the people you know, you can't say a goddamn thing.
I will, but I do appreciate your legwork. Don't get me wrong, but I disagree with your fanhood most of the time. That's all.
Yeah, this guest was, it was weird. Like, Masoud had reached out to me, and I was just like, what? Yeah, let's do it. What the hell? Why not?
I don't think we're not in a position right now to be turning down pro fighters as guests. Period.
I get it in a way. This format had me a little scared where I was questioning that rule, but like I said, Cyrus came on and killed it. He definitely helped it along because obviously Masoud got cut. So if he didn't know the shit and he didn't come prepared, we would have had a lot more difficulty with that interview. But it went well. I think it's a good listen. I will definitely
continue to pump our brand and hopefully, get that episode out there so people could see, because I like the whole international thing, obviously, like he was bringing up good points. And I know me and Trisha were talking today when I was getting a little nervous. I was panicking before, but, she basically, instead of calming me down, she just ignored me and let me wait till Tommy responded. It was kind of a cool tactic because I shut up. So it was kind of right. But whatever. Shout out to
yeah,
Trisha.
no, and it's the truth. Like what he was saying. We do need more international fighters over here, other than Japan and Brazil. That's been done to death. It's been done to death. We need more, and especially in the heavyweight division.
And honestly, bro,
You know what I
Japanese fighters have very limited success in the States because they, like he said, they can't wrestle, so they get fucking chewed up and spit out. You bring over a Russian or
the ones that can are legendary. That's why, So that's why the ones that have like a wrestling or a catch wrestling style should be given the respect they deserve.
The ones that can wrestle.
Omar just has that Bushido in him. Can't give it up.
Yeah, because you know what? No, because the ones that can wrestle fight with their ear hanging off.
And I identify with that, as you guys all know. So fuck it. I'm all about that right ear, no right ear life, all day, every day. But no, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for the international reach. It'd be great. I mean, imagine if the UFC did something up and instead of going to Abu Dhabi and having everybody die from the poorly ventilated venue,
so we're the
they did it right this time.
MMA podcast in Iran, probably.
Hey, man, I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Fucking ain't right.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all. But I think there's obviously tons of cash out there. If they WME, I'm telling you, Ari Emanuel should be looking into expanding that brand internationally, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Well, I think
you
that's
could take us along for the ride. We could bridge the gap for them.
Chris,
Mr. UFC, give him a call and set that up, Tommy.
So, Chris, I think Cyrus kind of answered the question that you were going to have, where you were asking if Masoud would ever fight one of his teammates. I think Cyrus kind of answered that for you without you even having to ask it.
Meaning, like, they won't even fight them in the same organization?
No.
Well,
no.
I know that, but here's my point. That's just his Iranian teammate. Will he? That's for promotional purposes. But what if they were like, all right, you two have to fight. The winner goes to the UFC. I'm sure that they'd be like, yo, well, let's just fight. You know what I mean? Like the other one's life isn't over, and like the other one gets the opportunity. There's everyone's got a price, says the $1 Million Man.
Wow.
Yeah,
Holy
I don't
shit.
know, bro. I don't know, because he's passing up. He could be passing up big money to go to Ryzen, because those guys will pay you fucking a suitcase full of cash.
Yeah,
just like in Pride.
Now we asked
well.
this question last week to Brad, and he was like, "Yeah, and if my aunt had nuts, she'd be my uncle," or whatever the fuck he said to answer it. And it was basically like, "Yeah, if the UFC calls, you fucking take that. You take that. Fuck everything else. That's where the opportunity is, because that's the showcase. That's the best in the world." You know what I mean? Like, they got Fight Pass. They got like you fight on a Bellator undercard, nobody sees it. You fight on the UFC undercard, you're on Fight Pass, and there's worldwide. It's just different for your brand. Who was talking about brand earlier, about Paulie Malignaggi's dying brand that he's trying to fucking save from the dust and depths of hell. But that's another story.
Dust and depth of hell. The guy has a popular podcast. The hell are you talking about?
Oh, so do we.
Yeah, he's on CBS Sports. We're not. There's a difference.
Tommy,
he's on fucking CBS.
Tommy, look, to me, we're on CBS Sports already. You got to fucking have the vision, bro. Where are you at with this shit? Conor McGregor, you got to see this shit. You got to see this and believe it into reality. That's where we are. I'm talking to the world.
I see it. I believe it, but there's a difference. He's getting a huge paycheck from CBS, and we're not.
We're on the uptick, and Paulie's on the downtick. That's where I'm at. All right?
Is Paulie talking to anybody from Iran that's fighting and wrestling internationally? No, he's bitching
Paulie
about
Malignaggi,
getting.
that's concussion talk that you're hearing,
exactly.
bro.
Yeah.
Tommy's talking that concussion talk too.
Yeah, I got pushed down Bro, what are you, Alistair Overeem? Did you hear the tap from the fake guillotine? Shut your mouth. Get out of here.
Yo, it's the rankings.
Oh, it wasn't
if
a
they
fake
had like the
guillotine.
fantasy podcast rankings, we'd have a green arrow going up next to our name, and Paulie Malignaggi's podcast would have a red arrow going down. Be like, stay away from him. Jump on board with this.
And it would say push. The red arrow would be pointing down, and it would say push. Fucking bastard. No, I'm telling you, like there's, and the thing is, he hasn't left well enough alone. I feel like there's 2 or 3 places where it's almost as though people were like, "Yo, are you really saying that?" And he's like, and he doubled down, then he tripled down, then he quadrupled down, and it's just like,
and then he goes on like some fucking New York news station with like basketball shorts and a white T-shirt, looking like he just rolled out of fucking bed. And
no, he looks like he's from the Bronx. He got up
Connor's
at noon.
a scumbag, or this and that.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
and I'm like, what?
He's a busboy at a pizza joint.
Yeah, Connor's a scumbag. You know Connor. He's a bad dad too, right? The fuck are you talking about?
He's an awful dad.
Whoa.
His son's ugly.
Whoa. I would never, ever go close to that. I would rather make fun of the fact
that... up? Yo, do we have that clip? Mr. Producer, do you have that clip?
What
he calling him a bad dad?
Yeah.
I never said that.
I think
never.
You actually kind of implied that he was a bad dad because all he does is train. You did.
No.
That was a couple weeks ago. I remember that.
No, what I said was he told the UFC community that he was taking time off to be a dad when he really wasn't taking time off. He was training for a fucking boxing fight. So he lied.
Because he thought the baby was going to be born in March or something, and it was May. I don't know.
Because he
no,
never
that works
had
against. Never mind. Shut up. I'm just trying to stick up for Connor.
He's a lying bad father, is what you're telling me.
No, what he is he's a fucking.
I wish my dad lied and then made $100 million. If that was the case, my dad could have lied 3 times in my lifetime.
He's a lying scumbag. That's what you're saying.
Instead of just lying and not showing up.
He's a snake oil salesman. That's what he is.
Yeah, I wish my dad would have sold $100 million worth of fucking snake oil.
It has nothing. This has nothing to do with Connor's kid. What I
said
was
getting all emotional on us and we're cutting them off.
Yo, I'm about to cry. Yo, you want to talk about bad dad?
Yeah, but what I said was it wrong? He lied. He lied to all you nut huggers.
He's generating the GDP of Guatemala. Fuck being a bad.
Shut up, Omar. Shut up, Omar.
I swear to God.
He lied to all you Connor nut huggers who thought that he was going to defend his fucking
So what are you,
belt.
a priest?
Yo, do you know who's the biggest? What's worse than a Connor nut hugger is a closet Connor nut hugger, and that's exactly what you are, my friend.
No, I'm not.
We've seen it come out. We've seen it come out in the week after the Floyd press tour, up until about last week, where he got too cool for school again, and Tommy started talking shit about Connor because of the Paulie thing. And now that Paulie got proved wrong, he needs to go make Connor a sandwich and bring it to fucking Vegas on his next trip back. And stop talking all the reckless shit. And then
congratulations on beating a guy who hasn't fucking trained in a year. Good, congratulations, honestly. Good for you. You beat a guy who's fucking. You beat
and
up
that's
a guy
what you're gonna say
shitty.
when he knocks out Floyd. You're gonna be like, congratulations.
A 2-time world champion, though. I want to say that. Yeah,
you're
might
gonna
be
be like, congratulations, you beat a 40-year-old who hasn't boxed in 2 years.
But
and then you're gonna be like, I don't care. I don't care. I hate Floyd anyway. I wish it was a double knockout.
Oh, I do wish it was a double knockout, but I still don't think Connor will win. If that fight goes longer than 4 rounds, Connor lost. That's it. If it goes longer than 4 rounds, Connor lost.
I'm still torn up because Connor lied to us. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do anymore.
A dirtbag, right?
Seriously.
He's probably a bad dad too.
Well, no, he is a dirtbag. Oh, I'm going to take time off to be with my family. No,
is that your Irish accent? I'm insulted, my friend.
Well, you should be fucking insulted.
Is it hold on. Is this an outtake
Irish.
from Waking Ned Divine? Like, what the fuck just played right now?
What the fuck is Waking Ned Divine?
Yo, go get some culture
What the fuck is
time.
that?
What the fuck, bro? Come on, man.
Hey, I got more than enough
my left
culture
foot
tonight, fool.
Tommy's that guy that does every accent the same. Like, he could be doing an Indian accent, an African accent, an Irish accent.
My Conor McGregor sounds very close to my GSP, so I can't say shit. I'm going to be flat out honest with you. It sounds
like my father. And it's like, are you one of those guys that like use broken English when you speak English to somebody who's not from around here?
I do.
For lack of
my Spanish accent starts coming out in droves, and people bust my balls about it. But I don't know what it is. It's like if we don't have English in common, I just try to identify with them a little more.
Like if somebody, if a Spanish-speaking male says, "Hey, what's your name?" I say Chris, so they understand that my name is Chris.
Well, Omar, you do look like you're awesome with a fucking lawnmower. I can tell you that much.
You know, my blades cut a lot of grass. I'm gonna leave it at that. We're gonna not get into stuff because it's Massachusetts where that's legal. It's not New York yet. Free the grass. But where'd Carl go? This poor bastard has more phone trouble than Masoud, for God's sakes. I mean, and he's not calling from AK Thailand, or maybe he is. I don't know.
I'd like to wager that Carl probably walked downstairs to greet his girlfriend at the door. That would be my wager.
Why was the little tapping?
Was
that tapping the rocks at the window, Chris? You tell me.
You heard that?
I thought it was my good ear playing tricks on me, but hey, who knows? You never, Good sweet Lord, but man, this is we pulled it off though, guys. I mean, I'm gonna break my arm, pat myself on the back, and so should Tommy, and so should Chris, and Carl. I'd extend that to him, but he's breaking his arm doing other things.
That's more important.
Yeah,
he's breaking his back.
His girlfriend go to the fucking Gem Motel and whistle through the wheat field for the hourly motel. That's what he's about to do.
I try to keep it gentlemanly, but Tommy just gets gully, and I appreciate him for it. I gotta tip my hat.
On the other line, sent it over. Having an all-around fucking
getting real classy, huh?
With breadsticks.
Getting classy
because he's classing it up. Breadsticks.
Natty
that's
like.
When, oh, nice. Not.
Hey,
not
you do not bash.
And the clip that he put out earlier.
Oh Christ on the cross!
Do not bash Natty. All right.
Yeah, he keeps a half burnt blunt in his ear at all times.
He's looking like a white LeBron.
It's back,
like that
back
bad
to the
LeBron.
Ghetto you go.
It's like okay, Cavs in 3. I don't give a shit. Like that dude.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord.
So, Chris, is there anything else you wanted to talk about MMA-wise?
Yeah. Julio Jones would probably beat up John Jones if he trained for like 5 years.
The battle of the Joneses?
Yeah, Julio against John.
Oh, my God.
I still think John Jones takes that by spinning back elbow. Just saying.
John, there's
now,
certain
yes,
athletes
but if you
took
like the pre-Alabama Julio Jones and you were like, here, or how about this, better yet, Roddy White, he was a state champ wrestler in high school. Roddy White doesn't go play college football. He goes and fucking just says, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to train for MMA instead. And he's fighting at 205. He's probably maybe not going to beat up John Jones, but he's ranked in the top 5 in the world, 100%. 100%.
But you know who else was a state champion? Yeah, but you know who else was a state champion wrestler? Ray Lewis.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
He was a great driver, too. He was a state champion driver.
Yeah, but could you imagine him in the UFC? Like,
he's a good murderer, too.
Football. Yeah.
He's good at murder.
No, he's good at not snitching. There's a difference.
Oh, and murder.
There's a difference. He's good at not snitching.
And murder. Yeah.
Hey, man, he didn't get acquitted, just like OJ.
No, I know. I'm being facetious here, but I'm not.
And he and I had the same lawyer when I was in Arizona, so the same law firm helped him. So I'm 100% with Ray Lewis. Yeah.
So now we know
that's
how
Tommy's so home team. It's unbelievable, bro.
I swear to God.
It's called loyalty, motherfucker.
Yo, maybe
if there was a dude
that
that was like his milkman, and he was facing Stipe Miocic tomorrow, he'd be like, I think my milkman has a decent, legit shot, guys. I don't know.
Yep.
You guys are underselling.
Like Tommy's pound for pound list is like Frankie.
Frankie, and Frankie. It's like Dylon.
Well, how is Frankie not on anybody's list, honestly? The guy's been top 3 his entire career. Get the fuck out of here.
Yo, as he was leaving Abu Dhabi, he was on my list that day.
Yeah.
I've been following him since Ring of Combat, sir.
From the plane.
Thank you very
much.
Yeah,
I've known Frankie Edgar since I've watched him wrestle in high school in the same fucking tournaments that I've been in. That's besides the point.
Yo,
I'm just.
We played bocce ball together in Casena Park in Queens, and I've known him since then. Dude was 14.
Well, no, honestly, like to be completely honest, the thing with Frankie was
Tommy's like, when my best friend's cousin's sister trains with a guy that's married.
And is it my fault that my wife? Is it my fault that my wife is best friends with his sister-in-law? Is that my fault? I've been watching him since before then.
It's your fault. If that's the case, then how come he's not a guest on the show? You're fucking.
That's your fault.
I got it. Because I have to go through his fucking agent, which has not been easy. Okay.
Wow. Now it'll be a lot easier that we called them out.
You know what? Here's what I have to say to that is that you have someone that's way higher up than the agent. You have females on your side, bro. They control everything. Like, you just say, yo, we need this, and you have your girl say this to that girl, and this girl's like, yo. And then all of a sudden Frankie's wife is in his ear like, you got to do this podcast. You got to do this podcast. And then all of a sudden we get Frankie. Fuck the agent. Don't you know how this works, bro?
You don't think I've been trying? You don't. That's a funny thing. You don't think that I've been trying?
I'm just busting your balls, bro. I know you've done a lot. You know, we have this whole love-hate thing. More hate than love, but
you're such a bullshit artist. You know it's not more hate than love.
Yeah, I know. I've known you, Tommy. I've known you longer than you've known Frankie Edgar. How about that?
That's true. You've known me longer than we've known Omar. So yeah.
Well, I'm glad you guys still come on my podcast. We don't know each other that well.
Oh boy. All right, guys. Well, listen.
Anyway,
this was absolutely awesome. It went way better than expected. We'd like to thank Cyrus, Masoud, and thank you to Michelle for setting this up. So listen, guys, next week I'm lining up a guest for us. I don't want to say who it is right now until I have it 150% locked in, but it might be another heavyweight.
Frankie.
Yeah. But I think it's going to be another heavyweight. So for Carl, who is out fucking whistling through the wheat field.
Oh, Lord.
Chris, Omar, thank you guys again. This was an amazing Monday night. Thank you to 2 Minute Warning Sports,
Big
ADK Fightwear. That's right. Big up to Trisha. Thank you to ADK Fightwear.
Accent.
Thank you to Black Hole Jiu-Jitsu and Madama Jiu-Jitsu. We are Pride Rules. 2 minute Pride Rules.
We are
podcast. Yeah. Have a good night, everybody.
Take care.
Penn State.